You start with $100 a month. You tell yourself it's small enough to be safe, manageable. This time, you're going to be consistent. And for a moment, it feels good, responsible. Like you finally cross some invisible line into adulthood. Then it hits your checking account. It mixes with everything else. Rent, groceries, gas, subscriptions you forgot you signed up for, little charges that don't feel like decisions anymore. And somehow, without a dramatic moment, without a big mistake, that $100 just disappears. Not all at once. In small, forgettable pieces. And that's the part that messes with your head, because it makes you wonder if saving is even worth it. If $100 a month can't survive real life, what chance do you have? But here's the quiet truth most people never hear. Your first $100 isn't failing because it's too small. It's failing because it's standing in the wrong place. Right now, that money is fighting the same arena as every bill, every swipe, every automatic charge that never asks permission. And in that arena, spending always gets first pick. If you try to be disciplined, what you're really doing is playing offense all month, watching your balance, making mental notes, hoping nothing unexpected happens. And that's exhausting. What actually works isn't more discipline. It's giving that first $100 a job and a place where it can't get recruited into everything else. By the end of this video, you'll see why most people invest their first $100 too early, why they keep starting over, and how a simple two-lane setup turns that same $100 into breathing room first and real wealth later. Let me show you where it disappears. Picture this. You remember you started a free trial. You open the app, already annoyed. You look for the cancel button, and it's playing hide and seek. You finally find it, and suddenly you're staring at 3 pause options, 2 discount offers, and one last button that says keep subscription, like it's daring you to quit. You close the app for a second because something else needs your attention. That's all it takes. A few days later, the charge hits. You don't even notice it until something else declines, and you feel that familiar drop in your stomach. What makes this so dangerous isn't the amount. It's how normal it feels. Now zoom out. That little charge is proof of the real villain here. Not spending, not laziness, not lack of motivation. The one-pile default. The one-pile default is what happens when all your money lives in one place, and everything in your life has permission to grab it. Bills, swipes, auto charges, tips, holds, renewals, all of it pulling from the same pile. Your first $100 is standing there like an unpaid intern. No badge, no authority, no protection. So it gets assigned to whatever shows up first. Money without a job gets recruited, and it usually disappears in ways you'd swear don't matter. A streaming price bump you forgot happened, a delivery membership you signed up for during a late-night checkout, cloud storage you set up once and never looked at again, a phone app you meant to cancel when life slowed down. There was a survey where people were asked to guess how much they spent on subscriptions each month. The average guess was around $80. Then they listed them one by one. The real number was closer to $200. That's not a budgeting failure. That's a visibility problem. And it gets worse because subscriptions love automatic payments. Most of them don't knock. They don't check if it's a good week. They just walk in. Stack that on top of how often money moves now. On average, people make more than one payment per day, sometimes several, which means your $100 is trying to survive in a month where money is leaving your account almost constantly, often in amounts too small to register as decisions. This is why just track it can feel like a joke. You can be responsible and still get blindsided, because the pile doesn't separate plan from happened. It's all just outflow. Then there's timing. Rent doesn't hit on the same day as subscriptions. Utilities show up whenever they feel like it. Annual renewals land like jump scares. Gas stations place holds. Restaurant tips change later. Hotel deposits sit for days. So your brain sees a balance on day 6 and thinks, okay, I'm fine. Then day 9 shows up with 3 charges. Day 12 brings an annual fee you forgot existed. And suddenly you're scrambling. The number you see isn't always the number you actually have. That's why the first $100 feels cursed. It's not cursed. It's unprotected. And here's the part that matters. This wasn't an accident. A lot of subscription revenue depends on people forgetting. Enough people for long enough that it became a national conversation. Not because individuals were careless, but because systems were designed to wear people down. This isn't a be more disciplined story. It's a stop putting your money where it can be ambushed story. So here's what changes. You stop trying to fend $100 inside one pile. You give it a lane. Because location beats willpower every time. Your first $100 cannot live in the same place as your daily spending. If it does, it will get used for daily spending, even if you swear it won't. This isn't dramatic. It's mechanical. So rule 1 isn't motivation. It's sequencing. The $100 moves first, automatically, on day 1, before your brain gets tired, before offers show up, before the month starts throwing surprises. Now let's talk about lane 1. Lane 1 is not for getting rich. Lane 1 is for stopping resets. What wrecks people isn't that they can't save. It's that they save, then life forces a rollback and they feel stupid and they stop. Lane 1 has one job. It's calm cash. Calm cash is money you can touch when life plays timing games. A random fee, a small repair, a renewal you forgot, a week where hours dip. Something annoying, not catastrophic. Notice what it's not for. It's not for vacations, not for upgrades, not for treat yourself. It exists so your plan doesn't get drafted into chaos. If money doesn't have a job, it gets recruited. Now here's the simple move that makes lane 1 actually work. Lane 1 cannot be swipe friendly. No debit card attached. No digital wallet. No instant transfers sitting right next to your shopping apps. If your bank lets you create a separate savings pocket that doesn't show up as available at checkout, that works. If not, a separate account that takes a day to move money out is even better. That delay isn't a flaw. It's the point. Friction is what keeps your $100 from volunteering for every small problem. Lane 2 is different. Lane 2 is your growth lane. It's for the long game, retirement, investing, future you. But it only works when lane 1 is doing its job, because lane 2 isn't supposed to be touched for random life. This is where most people get sold the wrong story. They're told the first $100 must go straight into investments, immediately, no exceptions. And then they wonder why they keep starting over. If you're still dealing with expensive interest, constant fees, or surprise charges, investing right away can feel like sprinting while someone keeps the month from snapping. Lane 2 makes the future bigger. If there's a balance charging heavy interest, that's a leak, and leaks charge rent. In that case, part of Lane 2's early job is reducing drag, not chasing growth. Once the drag slows down, everything gets easier, not because you became better at money, but because the math stopped fighting you. If you don't have that kind of interest, great. Lane 2 can start sooner, and it doesn't have to be fancy. Automatic matters more than perfect. The real magic here is returns. It's separation. Unassigned cash gets pulled into default spending. Assigned cash keeps its identity. Now let's talk about what this actually feels like. A deposit hits. Within hours, the automatic transfer moves your $100 out of the pile and into calm cash. Not because you remembered, because it's set. Life still happens. Subscriptions renew. Grocery runs get expensive. A random charge slips through. You're not becoming a monk. The difference is your $100 isn't standing there exposed. And when the truly annoying thing hits, the thing that usually forces panic, you finally have a clean choice. You're at the dentist. They tell you your insurance didn't cover something. You owe $120 today. Old setup. The charge hits the pile. The balance drops. You spend the rest of the week stressed. New setup. You pay it from Comcash. It's annoying, but your month stays intact. Your growth lane stays untouched. Your plan doesn't reset. That's why lane 1 comes first. It's not a luxury. It's stability. As the lanes work, something subtle happens. You stop feeling like every dollar is already spoken for by something you forgot. The feeling isn't excitement. It's calm. That's the real win. And here's the trap at the end. When this starts working, the pile whispers again. Just combine it. It's easier. You'll track it. You deserve a few upgrades. That's how people slide back. Not because they forgot the system, because convenience feels harmless. So you don't merge lanes when it gets easy. You keep them separate, especially then, because more money in one pile just creates bigger, faster mistakes. Your money was never weak. Your discipline was never broken. Your $100 just needed a job in a place where it couldn't get recruited into everything else. And if saving your first 1,000 feels harder than the next 10,000, that's not a failure. That's how the system works. Progress beats perfection. Every time.